Hello, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a groundbreaking book that has been making waves across the globe. It's called Unaccountable: How Elite Power Brokers Corrupt Our Finances, Freedom, and Security, by Janine R. Wedel. This book is a wake-up call, a meticulously researched account of how a new, more sophisticated form of corruption is infiltrating every level of our society. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is this new corruption? Well, it's not the kind of corruption that makes flashy headlines about bribes and embezzlement. Instead, it's a more insidious, systemic form of unaccountability that thrives in the shadows, often legal, but deeply corrosive to our trust in public institutions. Wedel, an award-winning anthropologist, takes us on a journey through the corridors of power, revealing how this new corruption operates. She argues that it's not about bad apples. It's about a system that has been fundamentally reshaped over the past few decades. This is a system where the lines between public and private, official and unofficial, have become so blurred that accountability has all but disappeared. Let's start with the players. Wedel introduces us to a cast of characters she calls shadow elites and shadow lobbyists. These are individuals who wield immense influence but operate beyond the reach of traditional accountability mechanisms. They are academics, former government officials, consultants, and think tankers who glide effortlessly between roles, often with conflicting interests and agendas. Take, for example, the case of former U.S. officials who leave office and immediately take on lucrative roles as advisors to foreign governments or corporations. These individuals leverage their prestige and connections to push agendas that may not align with the public interest. And here's the kicker. Because they don't register as lobbyists, they don't have to disclose their activities or conflicts of interest. But it's not just about individuals. Wedel shows us how entire organizations have become vehicles for this new corruption. Think tanks, once seen as bastions of independent research, are now often little more than mouthpieces for powerful interests. They produce reports and host events that are designed to shape public opinion and policy, often without disclosing their funding sources or the agendas of their sponsors. And then there are the grassroots organizations that are anything but. These are groups that appear to represent the voice of the people, but are actually orchestrated from the top by wealthy donors or corporations. They use social media and other digital tools to create the illusion of widespread support, making it harder for the public to discern genuine advocacy from manufactured consensus. But why does this matter? Why should we care about this new corruption? Because, as Wedel argues, it undermines the very foundations of our democracy. When we lose trust in our institutions, when we feel that the system is rigged against us, we become disengaged and cynical. We start to believe that our voices don't matter, that the game is rigged in favor of the powerful. And this is not just a theoretical concern. Wedel provides numerous examples of how this new corruption has real-world consequences. From the financial crisis of 2008, where opaque financial instruments and lax regulation led to a global economic meltdown, to the influence of pharmaceutical companies on medical research and practice, the effects of this unaccountability are far-reaching and devastating. So, what can we do about it? Wedel offers some insights into how we can begin to reclaim accountability and restore trust in our public institutions. She calls for a reinvigoration of investigative journalism, which has been decimated in the digital age. She also advocates for stronger codes of professional conduct and more robust oversight mechanisms. But perhaps most importantly, she emphasizes the need for a cultural shift. We need to demand more from our leaders and institutions. We need to be more vigilant, more skeptical, and more engaged. We need to recognize that accountability is not just a technical issue, it's a moral one. It's about holding those in power to a higher standard and ensuring that they act in the public interest. In conclusion, Unaccountable is a powerful and timely book that challenges us to rethink our assumptions about corruption and accountability. It's a call to action for all of us to become more informed, more discerning, and more active participants in our democracy. As Wedel reminds us, The future of our freedoms and our security depends on it. Thank you for joining me on this episode of BrightLearn. I hope this discussion has inspired you to pick up a copy of Unaccountable and delve deeper into these critical issues. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and share it with your friends. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep shining bright.
Visit brightlearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.